Hey guys, welcome. Thanks for joining me. We're here at the first round of the FSR 2023 Pro Championship and we're currently on a formation lap. So we've qualified in P10. If you want to see the full qualifying lap, it's in another video. And yeah, we're currently heading towards the final corner and then we will settle down on the grid. So it's the first round of the championship and we qualified only 3/10 of P2, which tells you something about how insanely close this field is. So P10, it's not ideal. We certainly want to finish higher, but yeah, we're gonna have to work for it, surely. We've got a hybrid system with a battery we can deploy, which should help overtaking, but at the same time we will also need it to defend at some point, surely. So how we're gonna manage it, I don't know. It's the first race that we're really gonna use this hybrid system, and we're just gonna have to play it by ear, basically. There's also tire management that we have to take into account, and honestly, it'll be a learning experience. But yeah, P10 is not where we want to finish. We want to finish higher up, so that's what we're gonna go for. As the lights come on, we take a deep breath. Alright, lights off, here we go. We get a decent launch, it's okay. We see Patrick using a lot of push-to-pass to gain a couple of positions. Maybe we could have done the same. Oh, is this contact? Is everyone going to come through okay? Oh, Aris gets pushed off the track. Okay. Oh, there's a moment. Okay, maybe there's opportunity. We use push to pass. Side by side. Maybe we can take two positions. No. Alright, Patrick kept just enough speed, and as we look behind, we see George Shatspantelis, and he's an aggressive guy. They're touching. This is so... Alright, they all made it through. Oh, there's another dive. Alright, they all made it through. And we made it through as well. And we're... okay, so after all that, we're still in P10. We didn't gain, we didn't lose. And yeah, we survived the first few sectors. So that's good. That's I don't know, solid start. So we'll take it from here. This is the end of lap 1, and look at how big the group is. So the top 2 is kind of moving away, Ivanov and Selle. And then there's this massive group of cars that all... Ooh, there's an issue for... That's Peter Vagapov. He made contact with Aris and Fletcher, I think. Yeah, we can see him in the background, so he made it through, but he's now in last, so that's not a deal for him. As we're now next to Patrick. Can we make it on the second attempt? No, so we'll have to slot in behind him. So it's still P10. We move forward a little bit to the end of lap 2. So we have a little bit of a moment on the exit, and yeah, we get DRS. And there's Leonov going slow, so maybe he's not using push to pass. I don't know, but we're going 3 wide. And oh, he's gonna come out on top. Ooh. There's a moment for Patrick, and we take advantage. Oh, there's a little bit of contact, but alright, so we've made it through. That's P8 after, well, 2.5 laps, so pretty decent. We now move on to lap 7. And yeah, you see a bit of a group forming here. And it's basically the fight for P3. The top 2 have started to get a bit of a gap. And then there's this fight all the way down to me. As there's an issue for Frillik. We're gonna take a look at what happened exactly here. Oh, that's a moment for the guy in front, and oof, that was very unlucky for him. Yeah, nothing he could do. They made contact and he basically had to stand still on track. But that's a free position for us, so no complaining. A little bit further in the race, lap 10, we're still in P7. Oof. And there's, yeah, they're fighting quite hard. And I see gaps happening in front, so I don't want to stick behind these guys. I want to be in front of the train. Basically, I thought I always want DRS, I always want to be in a slipstream. Because then I can save my battery for the end of the race. So as soon as I saw a gap appear, I went for the move. And on lap 13 we see Frelik, who sort of has the same idea, and he now wants to get past me, which I didn't like. I just wanted to be in this train and save my batteries. So you'll see, yeah, I wiggle the car a little bit, trying to tell him no, but he ignores my message and he goes for the move. And yeah, we're now back in P7. And yeah, there's nothing I can do here, so I'll just stick behind him. And at the end of lap 14, we see Ivanov making his pit stop. Celle, the leader, has also pitted. And 2 laps later, lap 16, I now go for a pit stop. So a little bit earlier than the guys around me, but a little bit later than the leaders. And basically my tires were still good, but the plan was to get a bit of an undercut. So with this undercut, fresh tires, I'll be a little bit faster than the people around me. Hopefully that'll allow me to gain a few positions in the train without having to use push to pass. Because with these couple of overtakes to get myself into P7, I had to use a decent amount of overtakes. So let's see where I come out. I'm in P14, and this is important. I slot in ahead of Matthewson, who has not pitted yet. So this is important. I have a little bit of clean space in front of me, and that means I can push a little bit, as there's 3 Netrex cars. That's Howard, Leonov and Lianos, I think. So lap 17, I've caught up to Netrex guys. Howard goes for his pit stop, and I make the move. As there's a lot of people pitting, so now I gain a lot of positions. I'm in P8, and you can see I've overtaken, among others, Savitt. So for now the undercut seems to have worked. I've gained a few positions. I'm in P8 now, but there's a couple of people in front of me that still have to pit. So this is lap 18, and we see someone else pitting. Again, it's 3 white with a royal blue and a Netrex. I don't know what it is, but oof, it's close, but we make it work. And that's 3 positions gained, and that is now a proper P3. So essentially I've made it to the front of the group just by going for the undercut and being a bit aggressive. Now further on in the race, this is lap 20, and you can see everyone, like this is the big train that I was in the middle of in P10 at the start of the race, and I'm now in front of it. The plan was, this is lap 20, I just go push. I've got fresh tires, I've got good race pace, and this is lap 31, and now we can see the gap. That's Celle, the leader, Ivanov in P2. And then there's a back marker who has overheating issues, it seems like. And then with a little bit of a gap, we can see me in P3. And after pushing for 11 laps, this is the result. That's P4. And the whole group, like they're all together. They're not able to escape. There's some issues there. Tires are going off a bit, I think. And yeah, so at this phase of the race, my plan was just to push, because I got clean air, I think I have the pace, and I was actually pulling away by half a second per lap. So just get the gap, get out of all the trouble around me, as we're now in lap 33. And the gap is even bigger now, and for the past 5 laps I was constantly talking to my engineer. So what are we going to do? Pit a little bit earlier, go on the hards, be safe until the end, because at medium, and now I have to pick another tire. You can see me on the softs here, but that's a graphical mistake. I'm still on my second set of mediums. So now I have to go either hard, and then pit early, or extend it a little bit and go into the softs. And then, yes, I'll have more pace. I will be able to escape from areas behind me, but they will drop off at the end. So I was looking behind me, and at this point, like I was going longer on the tires, but still going faster than the people behind me. So I thought my tire management is good. So let's just go into the pits for a set of softs. So I'm on the mediums, as you can see. I'm heading into the pit stop, the pit lane, and going onto a fresh set of softs. And then I have basically 13 laps to do until the end, which is tight, but with a bit of management, I think I can hold it. The gap to areas behind me was 7, 8, 9 seconds. And I thought, well, on fresh softs, I can extend, then the tires will drop off and he will close in. But it should be plenty, it should be an easy P3 at the end. So because I'm pitting a little bit earlier than the other guys, I'm in P7. But the guys in front of me still have to pit. And look at this. no one in front of me. I've got clean air, I've got super fast soft tires, so I can just go for it. And now a couple of laps later, lap 39, I'm in P5. There's 2 Royal Blue cars in front of me. That's Frelik and Patrick 7. And at this point, I started to realize that they were not going to pit. They were going to extend the hard tires for about 29, 30 laps, which I was talking to my engineer, and a couple of laps ago we were thinking, nah, there's no way, that's way too long. But at this point, there's 7 laps to go, and they're still going out. Look, 5 laps to go, they're still out. I'm in P5, so I'm closing in with more than a second per lap. So these, well, they're not fresh softs anymore, but they're still over a second faster than the very old mediums of these 2 Royal Blue cars. So my plan was, get them, I use push to pass, and I'll just escape with my raw pace advantage on these tires, right? Still easy P3. So I'm able to overtake Patrick. I wasn't able to get Frelik here, so I thought, no worries, I'm gonna wait a lap and I'm gonna get him next time. And then just escape because, yeah, I'm so much faster. Although I did use quite a lot of push to pass, just making my way through the field and then also making these overtakes on the Royal Blue cars. As this is lap 42, so there's still a couple of laps left, but I'm right behind Frelik. Yeah, and I've got DRS, I'm gonna use push to pass. Use most of it actually. But that's not an issue because now I'm at the front, I'm a second faster than these guys. Their tires surely are gone by now. My tires, they're worn, but they're still okay. So let's just push, let's get the gap. And yeah, I mean, Frelik is behind me with DRS, so he's gonna stay close. But now we get a series of corners and I can use my tire advantage. Right, that's the plan. So P3, I'm gonna walk away and easy peasy, lemon squeezy. No issues at all. Or so I thought. Because 30Ss I wasn't really able to escape. Slow corner exit, so my tires should give me an advantage, but I wasn't escaping. And now we get to the next DRS zone. And Frelik gets DRS. So he gets dragged towards me again, and he's right in my slipstream. And yeah, now I only have a few corners and then there's the next DRS zone. So I have to escape now, but he's probably using a lot of push to pass that he's been able to save up because he didn't have to do overtakes basically, because he was doing a one stop. So no overtakes, just do your rhythm. So he's got a lot of battery left and I had to do a lot of overtaking, so I don't have that much battery left. And look, he's using a lot of push to pass to get close. And then there's DRS. And even though he's slower on his tires, well, he can just boost down the straights and use DRS and stick with me. So I did not anticipate this. And now we've got basically a little over a lap to go. You can see I'm trying to break the toe. I'm moving all over the track. But yeah, he's just sticking with me, using more boost than I have. And at this point I had made a mistake during one of these laps. I had left, on the back straight, I had left my battery deployment on. So I wasted a lot of battery. I didn't have a lot left. And now we head into the final lap. And look at that, he's got plenty left. And DRS, so he's able to make the overtake. And at this point, I tried to escape, so I had to push these soft tires more than I wanted to. I had to manage them for the 13 laps, but I had to push them harder. So now my tires are gone, his tires are gone. And he's got a lot more push to pass, and he's used it to get past me. And I don't know, we've got one lap, and at this point we've lost the podium. So I just need to, you can see his tires are gone. So I need to get this exit right, and then get DRS, but I lose the rear. Yeah, half a lap to go, and these tires, oof, yeah, these tires are gone. I can't steer in, I can't go on the throttle. Yes, and his tires are gone as well. You can see a lot of movement there, but neither of us can get the power down. But then halfway down the straight, he just uses push to pass. And look at that. I've got DRS, I've got slipstream, and he's still moving away. As we see Zelle, who takes the victory, we see Ivanov in the background for a solid P2. And we now head into the final corner. I've got one attempt. I need to get a perfect exit, slipstream, DRS, and the last few percent of my battery. So I'm getting close. Get a good exit now. Come on. And I almost lose the car. I almost crashed. Coming out of the final corner. So, yeah, I lost the podium. But I could have crashed and lost a lot more. So, I honked my horn a little bit in celebration. Because that was a deserved P3 for Frelick. It was insane tire management to make his hard tires last that long. Yeah, I don't know if I could have been able to copy that. So, really well done. And yeah, on the one hand, I'm a bit disappointed to not get the podium. Then again, to almost get the podium from P10 and having to work through the field, having to use a lot of push to pass, I think that's pretty decent. So, yeah, I guess I'm happy. It's a good recovery. It's I think this is my best ever first race of the season. I don't think I've ever started higher than a P5. So, yeah, I mean, we can conclude that my race pace is good. I recovered quite well. Almost got a podium in the first race. And yeah, in hindsight, I think I should have played it a bit better. I thought I could simply escape with my tire advantage. And when I couldn't, I should have dropped back behind Frelick, saved my battery, and then had a fighting chance at the end for P3. So, yeah, live and learn. We'll do better next time. And I think it's a solid start. I'm curious, what do you guys think? Were there other areas where I could have done better during this race? I would like to know. Also, I made this video a bit shorter than the last one. Tell me what you think about these changes, what you like, what you didn't like, and then also be sure to, well, subscribe, like the video, join my pit crew, and we'll continue for the rest of the season. And let's see if we can get an even better position in the next one and get on the podium. Let's see. 3 weeks until the next race, and I'll see you there.